I believe we had a great week. Yeah, I believe we had a great week. I remember I gave us an assignment last week, and I want to believe that we all did it because that's where we're going to be continuing from today. That's where we're going to continue from today. Welcome, Abushi. The other names that I'm not able to see from my end. Okay, Ada, Samuel, Zubi Skills, Oluwaseun. Welcome to today's class. Welcome, guys. I'll just give another 4 minutes for more people to join us. Then we can continue for 5 minutes. Yeah. So how's the class been? Have we been enjoying the class? Anybody wants to share experiences already? Anyway, we'll be taking full experience next week. But let me since we're waiting for people, can I quickly get an experience from a few people? What has been the experience of the class? And if there's a question too, it's a good time to ask quickly before we move on.
Auto, hab ein kaltes Getränk. Was soll passieren?
Please, if you're coming in, do well to mute yourself.
3, 2, 1.
Olaleye, please, if you are not addressing the class, do well to mute yourself. Fortunately, I'm just trying to catch up, being busy from start of the training. Yeah, that's fine. That's why you have the recorded video, isn't it? So do well to, yeah, we're all busy actually, even me, right? But the thing is, you have to prioritize, isn't it? Yeah, what is important to you? You look for a way to give time to what is important to you. That's life. Or else you're going to lose in the most important things. So yeah, if you're on the video, that's good. That's as good as what we did in class. So you could as well give what the experience has been if you've watched the video and you're able to follow through. If you have questions, please ask your questions. I am okay. Any other question? Nobody wants to give comments or experience so far or ask your questions. We have a few more minutes to do that before we commence the class for today.
Good evening, Samuel.
Good evening. Is it Lucky?
No, this is Ola.
Okay, Ola. Yeah,
good evening. I'm
And
fine, and
today,
you?
yeah, what's up? I'm good, I'm good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I tried to work on the notes that you sent to us for us to complete the tasks we were doing last week. I
Okay.
think the only challenge I had was with the let me just check it now. The one for the age, how to do the age ranges.
Okay, so I will do that. I will do that before the class, before continuing with what I have to do, since that's a challenge for you. Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, any other problem?
I think that was the only one I had an issue with. I was able to
Okay,
do the remaining
that's fine.
ones.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Thank you very much.
Any other, you're welcome. Any other person? Okay, let me share my screen. I will delete that particular thing, then we'll do it again. Right, so that's it. Yeah, delete that. Share. Okay. Okay. It was the age. The age. This is what you said you were not able to do.
Yes, the age range.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another one, then we delete that later. So all you need to do, of course, is to duplicate. After duplicating, there's no need, let me not rename that because there's no need for that. What I want is just the age, so I'm going to go there, remove other columns. Right, so that's the first thing you do. Why is this taking time? Fast. Yeah, I don't expect it to take that long. So next thing you do is that you remove duplicates. All right. Remove duplicates. So duplicates have been removed. Then the next thing you do is to go to add column. Are you saying it? Add column, conditional
Yes, I
column,
am.
conditional column. Can I remember that now? What are the ranges we use again? So, of course, you're using the new column is going to be named what? It's going to be named age range, right? If the column name is age, right? And the operator is less than or equal to, or is, yeah, is equal to, equals, yeah, it's less than or equal to. What is the first one? Sorry, I can't remember. Can I remember that now? Is the first one 32? So that's between, I should have looked at that before doing this. I didn't remember to look
Yes,
at
the first one is
that
32.
date. Yes, 20 what to 32,
And I
26?
think it's 26
Is
to
it 20?
28, and then there's 32 to 34.
Oh, you see. So this first one is not 32, it's rather 28 then.
Okay.
Is less than or equal to 28. It's less than or equal to 28. Please, you give me the range. Okay, I will remember anyway. Now I would have to remember. So it's less than or equal to, next one is 32. So that should be 29 to 32. Age is less than or equal to that should be 36, right? So that should be 33 to 36. If I'm not right, correct me, because if we don't get this right collectively, there's going to be a few issues. Age is less than or equal to, the next one should be 40, right? So this should be 37 to 40. Otherwise is 41 to 44. Is this correct?
There is no vitamin C
Please,
that
is
she is not
the
for
range
this
correct?
placenta.
You said? Is the range correct?
Apologies, my background is quite noisy. That's why I'm I'm not communicating with you. So I'm just checking the document you sent to us.
Yeah, I can't find my
Yes, so
document.
it's
Or is this
35
correct?
to there's no 33 to 36. It's 35 to 37.
Okay, there's 35 to 37. So this should be
Yeah.
37. So this should be 35 to 37.
And then there's 38 to 40.
Then 38 to 40. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Then is that the last one should be,
Just
is that
a
all?
second, please. Just checking through. So there's also 29 to 31. We did not do. Okay, you've done that already. Is that it?
29 to 31 or 29 to 32?
No, it says 29 to 31 here.
Bye bye.
Please, let's try to avoid unnecessary noise.
And then
please.
there's 32 to 34.
Okay, thank you. So this should be 35, 34.
There's 32 to 34.
So this should be 32 to 34. Okay. Then there is 35 to 37.
Yes.
There's 38 to 40.
Yes.
Is there 41 to 43 or 44?
No. It stops at 38 to 40.
Oh, okay. So if that be the case, that means I'm going to remove this 38 to 40 because I don't have need for that. Delete, right? So I'm going to do 38 to 40 here. All right. So that's it, right? So
Yes.
if you've done this, all you need to do is to click OK after doing this. So you get the point now, right?
Yeah, sorry, how did you delete the query? How did you delete it?
The one that I didn't need.
Yeah, the one you didn't need.
If you see three dots
with,
at the end of the column you want to delete.
yeah. Okay,
and you
yeah, I've
see,
seen it.
yeah.
Okay.
So does that make sense now?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete it because I don't need it. So you need it. So you have to rename it to dim age. But I don't need it because I already have dim age
Right.
here. Yeah, so I'm going to delete facts too. Okay. So what we'll be doing today, we're going to be starting with merging columns. Is that okay? So we'll go back to the facts table, right? Rather merge queries. We're going to, so yeah. So we still have some categorical data here. I can't remember talking about categorical data and numerical data. Those are things that you, as a data analyst, you have to have a good idea of. What are categorical data? Categorical data are data that are names, right? They're used for naming things, basically, right? Yeah, they are more like quantitative, qualitative, right? They are more like qualitative. So when you say good, better, best, all those are qualitative statements. Like department, all those are qualitative statements, right? State of origin, those are categorical data, right? Male, female, those are categorical data, right?
Okay.
Please, Abu, can you mute yourself, please? If you're entering the class, mute yourself before entering the class. Try as much as possible to ensure that you're not coming in with the noisy background and all. Yeah, please. Okay. What did I just do? Compiling, delete anything. Okay. What was I saying? So those are categorical data, state of origin and the rest. Gender, marital status, right? Promotion status, all those are categorical data, right? Then we have numerical data. Numerical data are numbers. Yes, there are sometimes numbers can be a categorical data. Take, for example, I have 1 and zeros only in a given column, right? If I have just 1 and 0, that could be a categorical data. So you want to understand what exactly and that 1 and 0 represent, and not just say because it's a number automatically it's a numerical data, Even this employee ID, right? That's why you have ABC here. What this is telling you is that though you're seeing numbers there, Wahab, I can see your hands up. I will attend to you. Just let me finish with what I'm explaining. Is that okay? Okay. So employee ID, for example, there are numbers there, right? But because it's a unique identifier, right, which we usually call primary key, right? We cannot consider it as a numerical data. Is a quantitative data. So ABC, that's why we can conveniently change that numerical, even though it is numbers, we can change it to tests, which we can see as ABC here, right? So take note of that. All data can either be numerical or categorical. Numerical is also known as quantitative data, while categorical data are also known as qualitative data. I believe that makes sense. If you have a question, wow, go ahead and ask a question or say what you want to say.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I just want to thank you for shedding more light on this topic. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so you touched on, when you said categorical data, you said is same thing as quantitative data. Did you say quantitative or qualitative data?
Qualitative, please.
Qualitative, okay.
Wait, numerical data or categorical data?
Categorical.
Categorical is qualitative. While numerical data is quantitative.
All right.
Yeah.
Cheers for that.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. What even brought me to that point? Yeah, okay, let's move on. But it's something you have to know, so I just had to throw that in. So let's move on to actually merging these different data together now, right? We want to represent all the data here in numbers. We want to represent most of them with their ID, right? So that we can quickly call them up if we need to, because it is more easier to call up numbers, right, than to call up tests or qualitative data. Is that okay? Daniel, please, can you put off your video?
Oh, I don't know if it's my own Daniel. Let me check.
Yes, it's your Daniel.
Oh, sorry. Let me check.
Yes, I'm not expecting you to be showing your video if you're...
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's go to merge queries now, because we're spending so we can achieve something today. So merge queries, right? And this opens up. Let's start with the department. So we come here, right? And we go to departments, right? Okay. Under departments, right? You look at both. These are different tables now. I'm trying to merge together. I'm trying to merge the fact table with dim department. Can you see dim department here? So what relationship do both of them have? Department here goes with department here. Can you see it? Both departments are common between both tables, right? It's called left outer join in Power BI and even SQL. For those of you that have an idea about those two, then you click OK. All right. When you click OK, look at what will come up. A new table is set up for you here, right? Then you click on this more like T-junction that you have just at the right-hand corner. You click on it, right? And what I want to see in that table is I want to see the department ID. So rather than, sorry, I don't want to see department. I want to just see department ID. So just ensure that department ID is ticked and you click OK. No, did I do that? No, I don't want that. That was a mistake. Sorry about that. there's something I should have unticked, right? So I'm going to remove it and do that again. Yeah, sorry, I was just too fast about that. You'll see why I can't say that, because I don't want that dim to show there. I just want, I'll show you what I mean. So I go there again. I go to merge queries. I bring up department, the department from this end. Then I'm joining departments with the departments here, right? Look at this. Use fusing matching to perform the merge selection. Okay. So I click OK. Yes. And it brings up a table for me. So I come here and I click on this T junction, that's T live junction there. And I want department ID. I don't want department, so I untick that. You see, this use original column name as prefix. We don't need that, because if we use that, what is going to happen is that you're going to be seeing the department there, and you don't want that to show. What you want to just show is maybe department ID, if that makes sense, right? So you're going to untick this use original column name as prefix and click OK, right? And what you just have is department ID there, right? Okay. So that's one. So because I have department ID here, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to remove this.
I want to. I am crashing to the ground.
I'm going to remove department from there. So I'm going to remove this, remove, because I already have a department ID that represents that, right? I'm going to do the same thing for salary. What am I doing here? I'm trying to connect all the table together, and that's very important. You're building relationship, right? So I'm going to do the same thing for salary. I'm going to do the same thing for everything that I've just created for dim, as dim rather. So, sorry. So I'm going to go to merge queries. I'm going to bring, I want to deal with salary, so I'm going to bring salary up, dim salary, right? I'm going to connect this with this because they match, right? I'm going to click OK. I want salary to appear just as salary, so I'm going to leave it as salary USD. I'm going to uncheck salary range. I'm going to, I don't want original column name as prefix, so it's unticked already, so I'm going to leave it as that. And I simply click OK. And the salary ranges appears, right? We're making progress. Then I'm going to go to merge query again, right? I want to do for age, right? I'm going to do dim age. I still want the exact age to appear, so age corresponds with age, right? I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to, what I want there, I don't want age range, I still want age, right? And I click OK. I'm just connecting all the tables together, right? So now I've done for salary, I've done for age, so I'm going to remove them from the column. I'm going to remove those two columns. So let me come here. Let me remove salary, remove. Then I'm going to remove age also. remove. Then let me go to merge query again. Let me take start date, remain start dates. So let me bring that up. So I'm connecting all the tables together. In that, I'm trying to, can I see dates there? Okay, dim dates. So this matches with this. And I click OK. And I click on the tick there. And I click on start. All I need there is start date. So I can unselect all and just click start dates. And I click OK. All right. And I go to merge query again. What have I not done now? State of origin. All right. I'm going to merge it with dim states. Okay, state ID. Why did I name it state ID? Okay, that's supposed to be dim state, but that's, if that's what I named it, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, possibly that's correct. Okay, yeah, it's correct. Okay. But that's not supposed to be the name anymore. That's supposed to be dim states, because that's what I used in naming everything. Okay, state ID. Wow. Okay. So what am I matching? I'm matching state of origin. And I'm clicking OK. Right. But yeah, what I want is that I want the index, the state ID to represent states, right? So I'm going to click OK there. So numbers is going to be used to represent each state, right? So I'm going to come here and I'm going to remove those columns. Column for start date. Please, please mute yourself. Mute yourself if you need to. Please mute yourself. I'm going to remove this also. Right. And I'm also going to do that for gender. Right, gender. So this is what you do every day if you're a data scientist, trying to clean up the data, trying to build a relationship, trying to model the data, which we'll be doing next. So this matches with this. And I click OK. Right. But I want to represent that with numbers. So I click on that and I click on click gender. So what I have is gender ID. So it's just the gender ID I'll be seeing there, 1 and 2. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. So that's what I'll be seeing there. So that is what now represents genders. Then we go to merge query again. Then what have we not done? Marital status. So the marital status, and we are bringing this and this together because they match. And we click OK. Then you click on this. Then you click on, what I want is marital ID, so that when you click OK, so all I'll be seeing there is, what is happening? I'm seeing, okay, yeah. So I'm going to remove gender now. Remove. Now I'm going to remove marital status. Right. Then merge queries again. We did for this, isn't it? Why is it not appearing? Merge queries. Okay. So I want to do for promotion and the marital status, the promotion status, right? And then I want to, give me a minute. Let me check this. Promotion ID, I don't know what I did there. Let me go back. Let me go back and see. So I'm supposed to be seeing just 1 and 2 there, if promoted or if not promoted. Maybe I didn't complete that. So if we didn't complete that, we have to work on it. So I can see that on the promotion, we have just years of service, promotion status, level range, right? I want the marital status, the age, the department, the salary, the date, the image, the age, state ID, the marital status, the. Okay, for this team promotion, I need the ID. So the ID should represent this due for promotion or due for, or not due for promotion, right? I expect to see that there. So let's go back there and work on it. So now I come back to the promotion status, and I come back here and I do add to column, and I do index column from 1, right? So that's what I'm supposed to be seeing. I'm supposed to be seeing that there because I need it. So what I'm going to name it, I'm going to name it promotion status ID, right? And I'm going to bring it, I'm going to name it as a test, right? I'm going to bring it all the way to the first column. And in fact, I want to bring years of service to the 3rd column. Yeah, so I'm okay with what I have there. So I go back to the fact table. Please, is someone clear with what I just did? I believe there's no question so far. There's a question, please ask. Let me see what is in the message section. Please mute your mic, mute your mic. iPhone Dodge camera is on. I don't have a problem with your camera being on, right? But please be sure that you're properly dressed, and of course, there's nothing distracting in your background or from your hand, right? So, okay. If you have a question, please ask. If there's no question, we can continue. Okay, so I go back to the fact table. I go to I go back to home, right? Then I go back to merge queries, right? Then, of course, what I want is promotion. So I go back to the promotion status. Then I come back here. I want to relate this with this, and I click OK. And so what I want from there, actually, I want to untick all of them and just the status ID, which will just be 1 and 2. Why am I seeing 6, 7 promotion status ID? I'm still seeing 6, 7. All I thought I would see there is 1, 2. Sorry, that means something went wrong there. I didn't do something right there. Let's do it again. Sorry about that. What did I do really? Let me see that again. The promotion status. What I want is promotion status ID. Oh, why am I saying 67567? I have due for promotion, not due for promotion. I should say, okay, sorry. Yeah, I know what the problem is. So let's remove this.
I think you've not removed duplicates.
Yeah, I should have removed duplicate.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, that's because, yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Remove duplicates. Right. Then I go back to art column. Then I go back to index column. It's starting from 0, 1, but I want from 1 to 1. So I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to bring this all the way here. And I'm going to rename that to promotion status ID. Right? Yeah, I think that's what we want. So we'll go back to fact table. Okay. I go back to fact table and I go back to home. I go back to merge queries. Bring this up for me. So the promotion status. Yeah. So I want to merge. Have I removed it already? Okay. Promotion status with this. And I click OK. And it comes up for me. And what I need is, I want to untick all and just click just promotion status and I click OK. Right? And this appears for me. You can see all you have there is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, because it's either promotion or not promoted, right? So eligible for promotion, not eligible for promotion, more like that. So that's what that simply means, right? So 2 stands for not due for promotion, 1 stands for due for promotion. So which other thing do I need to attend to? I think we can now remove this promotion status from here. So I'm going to remove this. So if you notice, all I have there is numbers, right? Even though some numbers there represent categorical data, like I explained earlier. So with this, if we're done with this, all we need to do is to close and load. What that does is that it loads everything we've just done here back into Excel. So close and load. Okay, it's quiet in here. Are you what? Are you all done? I'll be leaving in 1 minute unless I hear someone talking. Can you all hear me? Hello, guys.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, so why is somebody saying it's quiet in here? Are you all done? I will be leaving in 1 minute unless.
Same thing happened last
Okay.
week. That same person did the same thing last
The
week.
person is using AI.
It is what?
The person is using AI note taker.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let's move on. I didn't see that AI part. Okay, I didn't look at the name. What's next? What are we doing now? Next. Okay, so now we've done that. So another thing we want to do is to connect these different tables together, right? And build the relationship. What we just did is very, very important because we've connected the table together, but we need to go on to Also, we've merged the queries. We also now need to build the relationship in the Power Pivot. For us to build the relationship in Power Pivot, we needed to have done that merge query, which we just did, right? That's why I took my time to do that. So every step that I'm doing here are very, very important. And as time goes on, if you are not seeing the importance already, as time goes on, you're going to see that. Is that okay? So now let's go to Power Query. I know for some of you, you can't find Power Query. Power Pivot. Power Pivot. For some of you, you can't see Power Pivot on your Excel. You can see mine there already, right? You can't see it. So how do you bring up Power Pivot? So I'm going to explain that quickly before I move on. Is that okay? Let me see the chart already. Okay, so to bring up Power Pivot, all you need to do is to go to File. Right? On File, you click on Option. Right? On Option, you go to Data. Right? On Data, you can see on make changes to the default layout of pivot tables. You can see disable undo for large pivot table refresh operations to reduce refresh time. I don't want all that. What I want is this, is it the fourth one? The fourth one, yeah. Enable data analysis, add-ins, Power Pivot, and 3D maps. You just tick on that. Mine is ticked already. That's why it's showing there. So if you tick that, yours should come up. So have you done that? For those of you that are following, if you're not following, it's also fine. We'll use the video
I
to
don't
follow.
have that option on mine. I have disable undo for large pivot table and disable undo for large data model operations, but there's no option for enable.
Tick it, just tick it. If you tick it, you look at what I mean. Options, right? Data.
Yeah, data, that's where I went
Do you
to.
have this enable data analysis add-ins?
No, I don't have that option. That's what
Power
I'm saying.
Pivot and 3D maps. You don't have it.
No,
What version of Excel are you using?
I have the latest version, so I'm not sure why it's not showing. I have the latest version. So every other thing on yours is showing on mine except for that option. So I have disable automatic grouping, disable undo for data model, but that enable option is not here.
Try this edit default layout. Have you clicked on that?
No, let me try that. Oh, it just brings up layout imports, subtotals, grand totals. It's like a query to import data. Pivot
Yeah.
table options. There's something there for pivot table options.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So maybe you should click on that.
Yeah, I've clicked on that and it's showing me layout and format, total and filters, display, printing, data. Yeah.
Pivot table option.
I guess it's just a different version of
Yeah.
Excel.
Yeah. Okay. Who is talking? Sorry.
Ola.
Ola, what version of Excel are you on currently?
It should be the latest one because I just got this. I just got this laptop
What
this
is the
year, and
latest one? Let's be
it
sure.
came. It came with the package. Just a second.
Okay, that's fine. I will look for a way around it. You're in the group, right? You're in the WhatsApp group, isn't it?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Just trying to.
But has anybody been able to do this that I just did? Let's be sure that at least one person is following.
As for me, I'm not practicing as you do, but I just said, let me just try the way you went to. I went to File, Option. Then in my own part, there is nothing like data. Though I'm not opening any file. I'm just using the empty sheets. Is it possible?
Okay, I think there needs to be a data for that to show.
Okay. Let me check.
So nobody's practicing, nobody's going along with me. Oh, okay. Anyway, let's just move on. But I've shown you how to do that, right? Is to click data to get to this point, enable data analysis add-ins, pivots. So that's it. Okay. So after getting that, right, highlight the table that you're working on, just as this table is highlighted at the moment. Go to Power Pivots, right, and add to data model. Can you see that? Add to data model. No, add to data model. See what happens.
Please, sorry to interrupt you. I've loaded the one with the information, and I still can't see data.
Okay. What version of Excel are you using?
I can't tell you. I don't know. How do I check?
Because that's the problem sometimes.
Okay, I'm using Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2013.
2013. Please,
yes.
Anything we are doing, right?
Yes.
It will not, most of these things we are doing will not work for a later version than an earlier version, a later version than 2019.
Okay.
Right? So you need to at least have Excel version 2019, 2020, 21, or 365, of course. Right? Which is a constant update. So that's it. For Olatu, I think that's the same problem. If
I'm using Microsoft 365 version 2410. So it's the most recent one. Yeah.
And you can't see pivots.
Let me go back to
Sorry, Samuel, I have it.
You can't see Power Pivot. Okay, you have yours.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the feedback.
So Power Pivots, they are different from pivot tables, right?
Yes, it's different from pivot table.
Okay. I have an option for that one. I don't have any. And the only way to enable the Power Pivot is through this account settings that you showed us now.
Yeah.
Microsoft. What if you go through get add-ins?
I mean, sir, my own is 2019 and is there.
Okay, yours is 2019 and is there, right?
Yes.
Yes, like I said before, if you have 2019 or versions after that, right, you should have it. But if you have earlier versions, I'm not sure. Okay, please let's move on. Yeah, I know but it's something that you possibly should take your time to do. It should be there. Should be there. For you that's using Microsoft 365, I don't know. Yours should be there too. Yours should be there. Please let's move on so that we can do as much as we can for today. Time is fast spent. So did you see what I did to get to Power Pivot? I think anyway we'll do more. So let's just continue. So this is your facts table. I've just brought in my fact table, and this is what I have, right? And from here I can have my complete data. Ibrahim, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, okay. Sorry. I think I have the solution to the Power Pivot thing for the older versions.
Okay.
So you go to File, you go to Option, okay. Right? Then you go to Add-ins.
Okay.
Then, yeah, at the bottom of the Add-ins table, you see Manage. Then you're on the drop-down table there. You click COM Add-ins, COM Add-ins, and you click Go. Then when you click Go, you see add-ins available. Then you can check the Power Pivots for Excel. Then okay.
Okay. Ola, do you want to also check that what you just said now and see if it
Yes,
works for
I
you?
just followed what he said and it works for me. Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you very
Ibrahim.
much, Ibrahim.
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'll
Well
post it on
done.
the chat too.
Okay, do that, please. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, if you do that, you come here, all right? So I've just brought in, I need to bring in all the table, but we can look at the diagram view from here and see what we have. Look at the diagram view. You can see that your fact table has just been brought here, right? This is where you build the relationship. And that's very, very important. I can move the table around. Yeah. This is more like the master table. So you can leave it at that end. Then I go back to data view. And I try to bring in others. Right, I can minimize.
There's nothing. Okay. I can't see your cursor. Okay, I'm just seeing it now.
Okay. You can see it now, right? So let me start from state ID, which should have been dim date, but dim but I can name that. I can rename that. Dim state ID. Okay. So I can pick that up also. Highlight it. After highlighting it, go to Power Pivot. Go to Power Pivot, add to state data model, right? And it comes up for you also, right? So you can see that fact is here, state ID is here. And if you go to data diagram view, you also have that state ID there. It's still showing our state ID, but it's fine, right? I think that's because we should have made that change much earlier. So it's still using the original thing that we used while we were trying to pair the table. It cannot actually change by just changing the name in Excel at the moment, right? So we go back. We go to dim age. Right? We add to data model and it comes here also. Then you can be arranging them, yeah? Then you go to Excel again. Then go to dim dates, add to data model, and it comes up here, all right? Then you go to Excel again. You go to dim salary. Then you add it to data model. Then it comes here. Then you go to Excel again. Hope you are seeing my cursor anyway. Let me be sure, because somebody just said something about not seeing my cursor. Can you see the way my cursor is moving? So you are not stranded at any point.
I don't
It's actually hand gain. I can't see.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am not seeing it now.
I was seeing it.
Okay,
I
I think
can see it now on G column.
Now you're showing now. You're showing now.
I started
Okay,
showing
please.
it now.
Okay, just follow me here. If it stops showing, let me know so that I know exactly the point it stops showing, right? So this is the salary. Salary is next. Add to data model. Okay, this table has already been added, so I don't want it. Doesn't. Can you still see the cursor?
No, we are never seeing the add to data model.
Are you serious? Well, can you see the? Can you see? Can you see it?
It looks like it's frozen on that add to data model.
Oh, okay. Can you see this? Can you see the data here? Can you see my cursor?
No, we can't see your cursor. What we can see is the salary table.
It's frozen. I can see it
I
was
think
frozen.
your cursor seems to be frozen at that add to that.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's That's not nice. I don't know what to do. What do I do? Okay, good. But if you're following and you know what to do, okay, let's just do the best we can, please. Yeah, because I really don't know. I really wish I can help more than this. So you add to model, right? It also comes here. So if I go to diagram view, can you see the diagram view? Can you see the diagram view?
No.
No.
You might need to stop sharing and restart.
Okay. That means I have to. That means it's showing two views. Oh, okay. I get what is happening now. Don't worry. Let me show you what I mean. Yeah, I get what is happening. Okay, that's another view entirely. So each time I come to this view, you don't see it. Can you see this view now?
Yeah, we are just seeing the model inside now.
Oh, okay. That means I have to be sharing between both views, and that will be difficult for me. Do you know what? Let me bring everything here so that we know that we're working from there. Is that okay? Okay. So, okay,
All right.
you already have the table. So I'm going to leave this view on, right? But you know how to bring from Excel to this view already, isn't it? So I'm going to leave so that you see how things have been added here. Let me show you the let me bring this down. Let me show you the data view. This is still the data view, right? Under the data view, you should be able to see most of the information. Like I've brought in the facts table, I've brought in the state ID, I brought in the dim age, I brought in the dim date, I brought in the dim salary and the dim department. So, and you can see all of that in the diagram view as what we have here. That makes sense, right? Okay, let's move on. So dim department, I think I've added that already. This is the fact table. I go to, is that all? Is that all? That can be all. Okay. I still have the promotion. The promotion and I have add to data model. That brings it here. Right. And I go back to Excel. And I go to gender. And I add the data model. And it brings it here. And I think there's still one more. And I go to the marital status. And I add to data model. And it also comes here. Right? And I make the necessary adjustments. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay. So those are the models. Wait a minute. Let me respond to this. Okay. So these are the data models. So we will now build a relationship with these different dimensional tables that we have, right? Connecting them with the fact table. And that's easy. You know, we have different types of relationship. I don't know if you've ever read or seen something like that, but of course it's something that you will need to know as you move on as a data analyst. For those of you that will get into the field proper, you see this every day, right? You see it every day. You have to work with it. You cannot run away from it, right? So you need to know them.
A question, sorry. This
okay, go ahead.
Model is automated on Power BI, or do we have to do this process as we're doing it on Excel when using Power BI directly?
When doing Power BI, sometimes you have to create it yourself. Yeah, you have to create the relationship yourself. Sometimes because of the automation process of the SQL, where you are collecting the link from, the relationship has been built for you already. So when you load the data into Power BI, it looks like it has been done for you already.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
If it has not been done for you, just as I'm doing it now, you have to also connect it.
Okay.
That's why I tell people that Excel is learning Excel. Like I'm teaching you, everything that I'm teaching you here can also be applied in Power BI. Right? So literally you're learning a lot about Power BI already. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay. So talking about relationships, yeah. We have different types of relationship. We have a one-to-one relationship. We have a one-to-many or many-to-one relationship, right? They are the same thing. If you have one-to-many, of course, that should be a many-to-one, right? And we have a many-to-many relationship. I'll just talk about each of them briefly, right? Before we move on, right? I don't want to bother you with talking about a different type of relationship. I will give you when I'm done. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, guys. We have a one-to-one relationship. We have a one-to-many relationship. We have a many-to-many relationship, right? So when you talk about one-to-one relationship, it simply is a single record, right? Where one table is related with a single record in another table, all right? And vice versa, right? This type of relationship are relatively rare and commonly used for security or organizational reasons. So when you want to take care of things that has to do with high security, you can have a relationship such as one-to-one, but it's rare. It's not something that is common. What we often have is a one-to-many, which we are going to be seeing in this class, is a one-to-many or a many-to-one, right? So when you talk about a one-to-many, right, or many-to-one, a single record in one table is being associated with multiple records in another table, right? Of course, the name gives you an idea already. It's very common. You see that a lot in database management systems. And of course, the last one, which is a many-to-many relationship. This is when there's a connection of multiple records in one table being associated with multiple records in another table, right? This relationship is mainly implemented using what we call a junction table, right? And then it's not also common like we have a one-to-many and many-to-one, right? So that is that for different types of relationship. I think that will help you when I begin to mention one-to-many and many-to-one and all the rest. So we'll not see anything outside one-to-many in this class. Like I said, The rest are not so rare, right? But it doesn't mean you don't use it, right? It's just not common. Okay. So if we're going to build this relationship, for example, we have, take for example, this is a state ID, right? We also have a state ID here. We have a state ID 1. Oh, what is happening here? This cannot connect to this. They're supposed to be the same name. What happened there? Oh, how did I make that mistake? And I'm seeing H1. Guys, sorry, I should have renamed this. I'm going to remove this. I'm just saying that now. I'm going to delete this. Delete from model. I'm going to come back to SL. Should have renamed that earlier. How did I make that mistake? They need to be of the same name. So if they are not of the same name, we cannot connect them, right? That's the problem I'm facing right now. I should have seen that. So I come back to the table, right, which is this, right? I go back to data. I have to edit that from the Power Query, or else I have the same problem. So from table range,
sorry,
right, and I get back to Power Query. You said?
You need to change your view back. You are still on the relationship table.
Oh, thank you. Let me show you what I did. I'll delete this. Discard. Let me show you what I did since I wasn't on view earlier. So all I need is to go back to the facts table, right? I highlight it. I want it to go back to Power Query. So what do? I come back to data from table range, right? And this comes up, right? What I need is the facts, right? So facts, I go back to facts. I delete this. I don't want that. Right, delete. Let me tell you something. If you still had those words, like those words that we had normally, and I brought it back like I did now, it would have taken like at least 1 to 2 minutes for this to load. Can you see how easy it was for this to load? That was really easy because everything I've not changed to number. So you can try it from your end later with the raw data and see how long it takes to load. But because it's only numbers at this point, it becomes really easy. So I'm going to change everything back to like salary. What I want there is just salary. Don't want that 0.1. What I want here is just age. I don't want 0.1. Right. What are that things, please? If I don't get this right, I'm going to have a problem. States, I don't want that. What I want is just states. And why do I still have start state and state ID? Let me state ID. Just need to have start state ID. Okay, state ID, yeah, state ID, not start ID. I was saying start ID. Okay, so I remove 0.1. I need to remove that. And then is there any other thing there? I think that's it, isn't it? State ID, state range, state. Okay, let me go back to the theme age. They need to be the same thing. Age needs to match with age. dim date, start date, okay, state ID to matrix state ID. So in the fact table OS. Okay, I think that's all right now, right? So I can now close and load. Okay, you can see that has been corrected for me, right? So I need to now load back to Power Pivot, right? Add to data model, right? And I want this whole thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let me just leave it as it is. But the right thing was this to have been at this end. Let me do the right thing. Whereas the rest are by the side. That is what I want.
Sorry, you moved to another view again.
Yeah, I've now moved to. Thank you for keep reminding me. I'm grateful for that. So share. Okay. Right. So you can see this, right? So we cannot connect all of them, please. Let's do that quickly before we wasted time in this. So this is state ID now. State ID is related to state ID here. So I can connect both of them. So let's quickly connect both of them. State ID, and see what happens. Can you see? This sign, you can see one here, and you can see the star sign here. This shows that is a one-to-many or many-to-one relationship. So we do the same for the rest, right? States date to, yes, start date to, yes, date to start date. Many to one. State ID to, yes, states. Oh, we've done that already. We've done that already. Age. Let me connect it to age. You can see many to one also. Many to one. And which other one? Department ID to department ID. So you connect it. Then gender ID to gender ID. So all you need to do, put your cursor there and drag it to where you are there, just like I'm doing already. And you're just building the relationship. Years of service. Do I have anything on years of service? Okay, it's the promotion. The promotion status relating with this. So they are just connecting the tables. Is there anyone I'm missing out? Still, the marital status, so marital ID with marital ID. Salary, I've not done salary. So you have salary USD and salary USD. So I've done for everything, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've done for everything, isn't it? That's it, right? So that's the diagram view, right? Diagram. After doing that, data view, right? So that is very important, right? If you've been able to do that, good and fine, right? So you cannot begin to build a pivot table based on that, right? New worksheets, okay. Let me see. Okay, based on that, you've built your so you can go back to, let me see. So we've done all the connections now, right? You've done all the connections, and these connections are very, very important because they are what you're going to use for building your pivot tables and your pivot charts and all the pivot tables that you need to build. Is that okay? Any questions so far? Any question? Any question? Okay. So in the absence of no question, we move on to doing other things. Okay. So you can minimize your Power Query now, your Power Pivots now, and work from your Excel table. Is that okay? So I'm going to change new share. I'm going to change back to Excel now. Right, and we're going to work from here.
Our boyfriend.
So I'm going to work from my facts table, which is this.
Yeah.
Right, and my data is already highlighted. So I go to insert, right, and I click pivot table. Please take note of this. I come to insert pivot table. Now I don't do recommended pivot tables. I rather go to pivot tables, click on it. Now I'm not going to be loading from table range, right? Remember that I've done a data model, right? So I'm not going to do a pivot table from my data model. What that does for you is that relationship that you just built, it helps you integrate all of them together, and you're able to build a pivot chart or pivot table from the different relationship that you just built. So I click on that, right? Okay, you ask me new worksheet or existing worksheet. Of course, let's do a new worksheet. You say okay, and it brings you to a new worksheet. You can see a lot of stuff here, right? You have every of your tables there. Your dim age, your dim date, dim everything, fact table, state ID, and everything. You have everything there, right? Okay. So another thing you need to know, let me see what is in the chart to be sure that I'm not missing anything. Okay. Okay. Okay, another thing you need to know is that from this end, you can build measures. Yes, it's not only in Power BI that you build measures. You can also build measures in Excel. So for those of you that are already exposed
Please,
to Excel.
sorry to take you back. Please, can you take that step again?
Which step now?
Of getting to this point where you created the pivot table.
Okay.
Was it the HR data you used? I think that's where I got lost. Was it the HR?
Yes, it's the HR data.
So you highlighted it and clicked on insert and pivot table.
Okay, let me do that again.
Okay.
I'm going to delete that. In fact, I want to delete this chart 3. Sheet 3 rather. Delete. What is in this sheet 2? Nothing. So I can as well delete that. Don't need for that. Delete sheet 1. What is in sheet 1? Okay, sheet 1 is raw data, but I also have another raw data there, isn't it? So I can as well delete this. Okay, for some funny reasons, my fact table is still showing in Excel as my HR data. So you can change it if you want. But actually, the Power Pivot and the Power Query understand it as fact table, right? Which, of course, each time you upload the data, you see a fact table. You don't see HR data there. So you highlight the HR data, which is the fact table, like I said earlier. Go to Insert, go to Pivot Table, then you load from Data Model. Then, of course, I want it to be in a new sheet, and you click OK. So that brings you here. Is that okay? Okay. So like I was saying earlier, you can begin to create
thank you. I was
measures.
able to get that now. Thank you.
You're welcome. You need to create measures. You can create measures from here, and that's very important because you're going to be using those measures for quite a whole lot of things. So we are going to create some of those measures. And these things are very important. Why? Is because, of course, somebody will ask, can you not do it on normal Excel? Some of these things, yes, you can do it in Excel, but what all these steps does is that, one, it tells that you know what you're doing as a data analyst. Secondly, it makes your work faster. That's what we call optimization. 3, you're able to perform some metrics that you won't be able to do if you're just using just the ordinary Excel. When I say Excel, you're not using Power Pivot, Power Query, and all those functions, right? In fact, on just Excel, you can create these measures that we're talking about, which we're going to be creating in a few minutes, right? So those are things that that are very important, right? Is that okay? Okay, so let's go on to create that. I hope I have this. Just give me a minute. Okay, yeah, I do. So the first thing we want to create is the total number of employee. Total number of employee. I'm going to show you how to do that. That's the first measures we want to create. So we'll come back here. Here's my Excel table. So I want to create it, that measures still in the fact table, because the fact table is the measure stuff that we have there. Right click on it, right? You can see add measures there. Hope you're still seeing it. Yeah, click on that, add measures. It brings this up for you. What is the table name? Of course, the table name is facts. What is the measure name? We can say total employee. All right. The value description. What is the value description? Nothing needs to be there in the value description, right? Nothing needs to be there, right? Then now, what is the formula for calculating the total, the total? What is the formula? So the DAX formula now. So we're writing DAX. DAX is the same thing you do in Power BI. DAX simply represents data analysis expression, right? Data analysis expression, and that is what you write when you're trying to put functions together in Excel. So you do a lot of that, right? You do a lot of that in Power BI especially, but you can also do it, data analysis expression, you can also do it in Excel, which of course some of you, in fact, most of you would not know that is possible yet. That's if you have experience about Power BI before this time. So let's just go ahead and, so to get the total employee, what you just need to do is to do distinct counts, right? The same thing applies in Power BI anyway. So now distinct counts, right? What do I want? I want the total numbers of employee, and I can simply do that by counting the unique ID. So I can get that from the facts table, right? The fact table and also the employee ID. Can you see it? It's bringing everything for you so you can choose, right? Then you close your brackets. Then, of course, that is going to be a number. So click on number. Of course, I don't want it to be a decimal number. It has to be certainly a whole number. Can you see? And you click OK. Right? When you do that now, and you come to fact table, right? And you look down on that, you see total employee, which is appearing as FX. FX means is a measure, right? If you click on it now, look at, you see total employee there, 80. That makes sense, isn't it? Okay. So apart from total employee, I also want to create another measure, which is called the total salary. So I want to know what the total salary is. So I'm going to do that also, right? The same thing I did earlier. I'm going to right click on the fact table. Add measures, right? Facts, right? That's the table name. Total salary. And I can use the summation function to get the total salary, right? So the sum right? And I open bracket. Where do I want to get the sum from? Is of course the fact table and of course the salary. So I get fact and I click on salary, which is already there for me. Then I close the bracket. Then of course that is going to be a currency. Is it going to be in pounds? I can correct that to be in dollars. Dollars, hope I can get that quickly. English dollar, Australian, Canadian, USA. What I want is USA. Please, if you see it, let me know. English, South Africa, USA, United States. You can see there, right? And the decimal points. Do I want the decimal points? No. So that's 0, right? And I click OK, right? So if I go back to the fact table, right? And I click on total salary. So this is the total salary. Total salary is $4,273,000. Can you see that? Okay. Oh, what am I doing? I also want to create another function. I also want to create another function or another measures called average age. I want to know the average age of the people that are working in that company. Remember, it's an HR data. So let's try to get average age. The same thing, I go to, I right click it, add measures, right? Average age, right? And I come here, average, right? And I do, of course, that's going to be facts from the facts table, right? And I have age there, so that's what I want. And I click OK. That's going to be a number. Of course, it can be a decimal point. Let's say it's 1 decimal point, right? And that should be OK, right? Is there any background noise? Can anybody hear background noise? Let me be sure that background noise is not being captured.
No background noise.
Okay, yeah, good. Because there are children just in the other room and they are making noise. So I needed to be sure. Total salary. Okay, I go back to the fact table. Right. That measure should have been created. So total employee, total salary, yes. Age. If I click on that, the average age now that works in that company is about 31 and a half years. Then I can create another one. Let's just keep on doing what we're doing. What next do I want to create? We create add measures. Right. I also want to get the average year of service. So these are key these are what we call KPI, right? These are major KPIs which of course you want to have on your so that is average year of service. Okay, so so I have average, and then I have fact table. Oh, what am I doing? Then years of service. Can I have that? Yes, years of service, fact years of service. And I click, of course, that should be number. And I want it to be an whole number. I don't want it to be in fraction. And I can click OK. All right. I'm not missing anything there. So if I come here and I click, who is doing that? Lucky Raphael, please don't write on my no. Lucky. Please erase what you put there, please. Thank you. So you put the average years. So the average years of service is 6 years. Then which other thing I want to get? I want to get I want to filter. This filtering is also very important. I want to filter the number of people that has been that is fit for promotion. So I can say total promotion, right? So to do that, I need to use the function calculate, and I also need to do the function filter. So let's see how I also need to use the function distinct count. So let's see how we apply those. Right. So I come here, add measures, right? The measures name now is number total promotion. Okay, or number due for promotion. Right. I cannot say calculate. Right. Calculate. So calculate is saying the expression. What is the expression? Is distinct count. Right. And then what do I want to count now? I want to count the when the promotion level, the promotion, the marital status, the promotion level range, right, is equal to 1, right? Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes. I'm going faster than. So first of all, where am I getting it from? I'm getting it from the fact table. Sorry. I'm getting it from the facts table, from the promotion status ID. Right? I'm getting it from the promotion status employer ID, right? Then I will not do a filter on that. I will not do a filter on that. So you have comma, filter, right? Filter based on the table. What is the table name? Of course, the table name is employee ID. You're going to filter based on the fact table, right? And the fact table is fact table. Let's see that. Let's see it together. So we're going to filter, and of course, it's going to be the fact table. Fact. Then comma. Then the filter expression is fact table when from yes, promotional status, right? When is equal to 1, right? Then you close your filter. Remember, you open the brackets twice. So you have to ensure that you have 2 brackets there. Why? Because you open brackets at this filter level, and you opened another bracket at this okay, I'm supposed to close here even. This fact table, I'm supposed to close that. You opened here 1, and you also opened here in this distinct counts expression 2. This one that you opened here, in these distinct counts, you've already closed it here. So you want to be careful with your opening bracket and your close brackets, right? So I expect that to be a number, and I expect this to be a whole number, and I can say okay. Yeah. Yeah. I hope that didn't give any error. Yeah, it didn't give any. Very so. Oh, number due for promotion, it can't be 1. There's something not right there. I'm going to delete that or edit measures. Let's use the edit measure. There's something not right there. There's something not right there. Sorry, let me sort it out. Let me look for what is wrong there. So calculate distinct counts, right? Distinct count. Distinct count, then facts, then facts table, facts table, employee ID, facts table, fact table, employee ID. Sorry, this should have been employee ID. That's not promotion status. That should have been employee ID. Sorry about that. Because it's from that table. Fact table. Column name, distinct count, fact table. Let me see that again. Employee ID, fact employee ID. Right. Filter. Let me see this. Promotion status. Yeah, that should work now. That should work now. Let's see. O number, okay. Okay, yeah. You can see, so 34 are due for promotion. Please, did you see the correction I made? Because you are fetching that thing from the fact table and from the employee ID. Let me go there again so that we see it together. Sorry for that mistake initially. Edit measures. So what we're using is calculate function, right? And we're doing a distinct count from the employee ID, right? But we are filtering based on the fact that the person promotion status is 1. And what does 1 stand for? If you remember, 1 stands for, in fact, let's go there. I can close this. So fact that the promotion status ID is equal to 1. And what does 1 mean? Let's go to that. Let's go to that the promotion status now. 1 simply means is due for promotion. So me quoting 1 there, that means everybody's whose status is due for promotion, right? And we just did that, and it's 34. You will understand. So you can build as many measures that are necessary there. Does that make sense? Any question based on what I've just done? Please, if there's question, ask quickly. I can rename this to KPI. And I can color it if I need to. It's not compulsory, but you can also color that if you want to. Can I remember what am I doing? I'm going to check on macros. This is not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. Sorry. Okay. So any question based on that? It's not important. Let's take that. Any question based on that? If there's no question, we can forge ahead. Any question? If there's no question, we can begin to build our model. And if possible, create different charts from it. So we've done our KPI tables. Let's also check. We've also done. But let me bring it now. So now I can go back to my fact table. Here's my fact table. I want to create. I've created KPIs. I want to create another. So insert pivot table from data model, right? A new worksheet, yes. Okay, right? From here now, I want to go to the fact table and get the measures. I want to get the measures total employee, right? But I want to compare it. I can say total employees, okay, it's already in values. But now I want to compare it based on, so you can see I can relate different tables together. So based on the promotion, right? The promotion status ID, right? Or rather than the promotion status ID now, I can say, no, I don't want to use ID. Rather, I can say remove. I don't want promotion ID. What I want is promotion status. I don't want 1 and 2 to be appearing. Can you see what I have there? Can you see that I'm able to get one thing from this table, go to another table and get another thing? So I can just name this promotion. And I'm going to do that and from here, I can quickly get, I can get maybe a chart for it. So still on insert, recommended charts. I can use this, right? And click OK. With that, I've gotten a All right, because in the chat, I can, in fact, we'll deal with this in the next class. Let's round up. Let me build all the different pivots that we will need for creating our dashboard. That's what we are trying to do already. We'll do the fine-tuning in the next class, next week, when we are trying to round up. So these are the HR data. We are building them one after the other, right? I can go back to my fact table now, or again. Here's my HR data. I can come back to my HR data and insert and create another pivot table. No, I want it from the data model, a new sheet, yes. This time, I want to create, sorry, let me be sure that I'm doing them one after the other like I want it to be. This time I want it to be marital status, right? So total employee based on the marital status. So I go to the facts table, I get my measures. What is my measures? Total employees, I get the values, right? After the total values, I come back to marital status, and I come back to this table here. And what I want is my marital status. I bring it down to the rows, right? You can see what that brings up for me. I can also create a pivot chart based on a pie chart rather, based on that. All right, a pie chart will not be bad for that. Am I missing anything? So no. So I can get that, go to insert, check recommended chart and see if that gives me what I want, but I can just go straight to pie chart. Under pie chart, I can see different type of pie chart, but what I actually want is donut chart. So I click on donut chart, right? And I click OK, and I can see what it brings for me, right? I'm not bothering about working on the charts. I'm just going to create the chart and we'll call it a day there. Yeah, we'll do all that in the next class. So let's rename it. What is that? Marital status. Marital status. I go back to my HR data. What do I want to create this time? I want to create states, the number of employees from each state. I can get that quickly. But can you see how fast it is to bring out each of this information? The system is not booting, the system is not loading, it's not stressing itself. That's because of the work that we've done before. Do you understand? So all that is very, very important. So let's go back to our HR data. We want to insert, we want to get a pivot table, of course, from data model. And I click OK. And I go back to my fact table. And I go back to my measures. What I need is total employee, right? And I want to compare it with the states. So I go to state ID. State ID. No, what am I doing? This is the fact table. All I want is dim states. Okay, dim states, which is state ID. What I want is state of origin, based on state of origin, put it in the rows column. So this tells me state of origin. I can also come here, click and say, do I want to sort? I can sort from here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sort from value filters, right? I can do just the top 10, right? Can do just the top 10. Because if you look at it, there are like 24 states here, right? Of course, that's quite a lot. I don't want to There are some that are insignificant, like all these 1-1, right? Just see that a lot of people are not from there. So I want to take, for example, I want to know what are the states where I have a lot of people. So from there, I can just get maybe the value filters equal to, I can do top 10. Maybe I don't even want 10. I can change it from here. Maybe I want the top 5 states where I have my employees, right? And I click OK. So it only brings the top 5, right? So I can see Abia State, Anambra State, Imo State, and Kano State. So most of the employees are from the eastern states. Like I can see Abia State here has 5 employees, Anambra State has 9 employees, Imo State has 9 employees. Even Delta State, well, Delta State, at least there's a part of Delta State that still has some, yeah, that's really connected to the east still, right? So most of the employees are from the east, apart from, of course, Kano State, which has 6 also. But you have most of the employees from Anambra State, from Abia State, from Imo State. So this is already giving you a lot of information about the data, right? And let me not do top 5. Let me do top 10. Is top 10 too much? Let me do more than just top 5. And I can have more data there. I should be able to edit that. Value label filters does not begin with. Let me clear the filter first. Clear filter. Value filter. Top 10. Let me do top 8 or top 7. All right. And I can create a recommended chart from there. Right. Let me use yeah, I think that will be fine. All right. I think that will be fine. Batch column chart will be fine for that. All right. Yeah, I think we can use that. Bar chart. Let me use bar chart instead. And I click OK. Bar chart will be fine for that. So let's use bar chart. Okay. So I can see remove value, show values as value filter setting, hide fit value filter setting. I should be able to what's the word now? To sort from here. I want to sort from the biggest to the smallest. I don't know why I'm not able to do that. I'm not seeing that here. Okay, guys. So these are some of the things we're already building. I should be able to get that. I don't know why it's not showing that. I go table options. That's not for myself. It just okay. So I'm going to rename this as what now? As states. Rounding up the class, I think is a good time to round up. What else do I need? I need states, I need gender, I need age distribution. Maybe I should give the remaining as assignment for you guys. I will say what I need you to do, but you can see what I've been doing already and try to do that on your own right before the next class. Then we'll come for the next class. If you have any issues, we sort it out quickly, just as we did earlier today. Then we move on with creating a dashboard. We're going to create 2 dashboard. I'm going to create a link to what we need for the promotion dashboard and the HR dashboard. Something like that is what we're going to be creating. Hopefully, we should be able to complete it in the next class. Maybe take an hour or an hour and some minutes to do that. We have to stop here. We have to stop. The most important thing, which of course this class is aimed at, is to make you understand the possibilities of using Excel for some of these things. And we've been able to do a lot, I believe. Yeah, so any question based on what we've done today? Any question based on what we've done today? Have we enjoyed the class?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Jai. You've done well, and unfortunately, some of us have not been able to follow up with the practice while the class is on. We are hopeful that the videos will be able to guide us through when we are doing it, and when we are hooked, please leave your door open for us so that you can always attend to us when we need you. And hopefully we are still going to talk to you about taking the class further. And we hope that we'll all be where we want to be. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the sacrifice. Thank you for everything. God bless you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. What I'm seeing there is iPhone. Yeah, I believe you have a more personal name than that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, the name is Innocent.
Innocent, okay, that's fine. Thank you, Innocent. Ibrahim, please go ahead. We have 3 minutes more to round up this class, so I'm just trying to get any questions.
What I wanted to ask is it possible, or will it be too technical, to do like a table that shows people that are due for promotion based on gender, marital status, and state of origin?
Of course, it's possible. It's possible. Is to continuously add to. Let's see what is possible there. Can we do that? Can you pen that question for the next class?
All right, no problem.
Yeah, is it possible? Answer the question again.
I said, if it's possible to have a chart of people due for promotion based on gender, marital status, and state of origin.
Based on gender, marital status, and state of origin. Okay, we'll do that in the next class, please. Don't forget that if I forget. Yeah, I've noted it down. Any other thing?
Sorry, Samuel. I actually missed the the last
Please
class.
drop your hand, Ibrahim. Thank you.
Is it possible for you to share this data sets? The one I have is just the one that has the raw data. I don't know how you got to all this. But I guess that's from the last class. I don't know if you can share this data for me to practice with.
Well, I need you to do the work.
No, I'm not talking about this one you've done. I mean the raw where you have all those the HR data. So I can
yes. What I'm trying to say is, if you watch the last video, which is last week's Sunday's video, you get a full detail of how we came about each of those dimensional table, right? I think the rest of the class we are tested.
I'll go through it. I'll go to the video.
Yes, I shared the link on Monday. I remember clearly. Was it Sunday night? Yeah, so if you watch the video, you'll be able to create each of those data from that particular data set that you have already. And then you have what you need for this analysis. Right? Any other question? Okay, in the absence of, in fact, it's a good place to end the class. Thank you very much for attending. I think, yeah, we are like 38 before. That's quite commendable, right? Even though on the first day we were 80 something, if I can remember clearly. But of course, people, I believe they got busy or something. But we'll go for the last time next week Sunday. We'll do what we're able to do. We might not be able to cover everything, but it's a good place to start, right? And build up from. So yeah, we've covered a lot, trust me. We've covered a lot this period. And if you are able to master each of these things and practice with other data sets, trust me, you'll be happy you did, and then you'll be able to go for interviews and show that you are learned. There are some other things I would have loved to explain, like a statistic description, statistic description and all the rest, which I don't think I'll be able to cover, right? Because we don't have the time. But at least with what we have been able to do, if you are hungry, you will get more. You get more. So you get more online, you get more from various sources. So it's a good step so far. Thank you very much for attending once again. I'll send what I need you to complete for me before the next class, just like I did the last week. And we'll see you again next week Sunday. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you so much, Samuel.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, Daniel. Bye. Yeah,
Thank
bye.
you.